By a vote of 2-1, Jessica, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Jessica was an amazing ally for me in the game. So when the plan even was brought into my face that they were thinking about voting her out, it was kind of like a total slap in the face. And it just felt like at that point, Jamie had Kyle as his person, Jalen had Heather as his person, and Jessica was my person. So why is it, if we're aligned, that it's so easy to cut my person and not one of y'all, especially when one of your people, such as a Heather and such as a Kyle, has gone for me in this game, when my person has never even brought up you guys' name to be out. So why? So obviously that's when I started realizing that a lot of the people in this game, such as Jalen and Jamie, didn't have my best interests at heart.
Jalen's been my final two, so I can't cut him. If someone else cuts him, you know, that would probably be great for me because I would get his vote. But this game is social, strategic, and competitive, but also in my mind there's a fourth category, and it's loyalty. And I've been loyal to him. He's been my number one. I know I'm gonna have a lot of explaining to do to people about that. I would like to think that my game deserves to win over anyone, but I would be foolish to think that that's how it is. You have to explain your game. Luckily, my biggest gift in this game is my ability to talk and explain what I've done.
Hello, house guests. The power is back up for grabs. Social media is more than just connecting with friends and sharing spicy memes. Some users have developed their platforms into influential businesses and have follower counts greater than the population of New York City. This week, we are playing Instagram models. Here's how it works. We have brought in two fashion industry social media influencers, Laurel in white and gold, and Yanni in blue and black. You will have 60 seconds to study their poses, accessories, and clothing. Then you'll be asked a series of questions, of which the answers will be Laurel or Yanni. Whoever answers the most questions correctly will be the new head of household. Are there any questions? Great, let's play Instagram models.
Laurel. Laurel. Laurel.
3, 2, 1, 60 seconds.
It's the infamous Laurel, Yanni. In my mind, I'm like, okay, it involves scoping out the scene, photographic memory. So I try to just remember. I feel the thing with the competition you'll get most confused with is who is who. So I wanted to make sure I remembered on my side who was who, and just visually remember as much as I could.
So we had 60 seconds to look at two mannequins, Laurel and Yanni, who are the craze this year's blow-up hot topic, and we had to memorize everything about them, from their dress to what was in their wrist to what was in their hands, what color hair they're wearing, what was on their neck, and everything. And we had to take it all in 60 seconds, and it was a lot. There were so many little details, and if I know Big Brother Columbus, you never know what question they're going to ask. So you have to soak up everything you can in those 60 seconds.
I'm definitely a visual learner. I can like picture things in my head. So I took a gander at Laurel and Yanni, and I remembered a lot of things. I remembered some stripes. I remembered the sash, what arm it was on, what color purse they had, all the things.
Okay, question number 1. Which model had 4 stripes at the bottom of her dress? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Question number 2. Which model has a chain necklace? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Thank you. Question number 3. Which model was sporting a Scioto buff? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Thank you. Which model was wearing a brown cuff on their right arm? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Which model's sash accessory is draped from her left shoulder? Answers, please. Thank you. Which model has the pink stone in their hand? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Thank you. Question number 7. Which model is not wearing a purple blindfold? Laurel or Yanni? Answers, please. Alright, that's the end of the questions. Let me push happy lady credit.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so I have the results. Jalen and Lance, you both got 5 points. Heather and Kyle, you both got 6, so we have a tiebreak question.
New HOH?
No.
Yeah, one of us will win.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So please grab a paddle and a marker.
I was leading that challenge with Heather. We both got 6 of the 7 answers correct.
How many capitalized letters are there on the SpongeBob meme?
It wraps. I think Kyle has the win, and all of a sudden, it's actually a tie between Kyle and Heather? What? And so he says, the tiebreaker question is how many capital letters are in the SpongeBob picture? Immediately, I'm like 36, there's 30 in the bottom, 6 up top, and I knew that, like if I had one more question right, I would have won this HOH.
I was trying to count how many letters were on the meme itself. I was going to divide it by 2, and that was going to be my answer. However, there was no time left. I was being counted down from 5. Looking back, my strategy should have been to count the words, multiply that by about 4 or 5 as an average word count, and then divide it by 2. But I guess 13. It's Taylor Swift's favorite number, so I was really going for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers, please.
13. What did you say?
So, Heather says 22. Kyle has 13. The correct answer is 36. So, congratulations to HOH Heather!
Oh my gosh! Woo! First time I won HOH, and I actually really needed it this week because, yeah, everybody knows I've been up 5 times. So. A lot of times I was used as a pawn, but at the same point, like, you never know. So, like, every time it was very stressful. If I ever needed an HOH, like, I legit feel like this is the first week that I definitely needed it because I got one and things were really going for me.
Swoops in out of left field, leaving me shook like a dirty martini, honestly. But good for her. I'm sure it feels fucking awesome. And I think this is gonna leave me as the last one unnominated, as long as I get my way. Shook as a motherfucker.
Hi, America! Ohio is still in the Final Four. Oh yeah. And the only woman. Yes. Yes. Strong, strong women will succeed in life. Just thought I'd let you know. I just feel like I just wanna dance.
definitely
That's
me.
actually maybe
Sure about it. I have water on the blog. I'm not even wasting my hot breath on her. Well, America, my breath is not hot. I have amazing breath. But with Heather being HOH, I'm not even about to waste my breath this round really with her during nomination time. I just know I have to put my game face on and get ready for veto because I'm definitely going on the block. Because previously in the game, she felt I voted against her in a round and we kind of got that cleared up. But I just never felt the connect I had with Heather like early on in the game. I feel like Jamie is setting it up where now, around like this, Heather has won. She won't take a shot at Jamie, she'll take a shot at me and Jalen. One of us will go home. The next week he'll have two other people that he can beat, if it gets down competition-wise, and take one of them to the end and the jury will vote for him to win the game. So that's just what I think. Jamie has calculated his way into being in this slot.
My brain. I believe I'm gonna get rid of Lance. He's coming after me. So if I can get rid of him now, I need to make that move because he is a very strong competitor. It might not be the best decision, but that's where I'm thinking right at this moment. I do need to do a little talking. I'm thinking he's definitely gonna be the target. Who's gonna be next? At this point, like, it's probably gonna be Jamie, so, but he's really helped me a long way, so I'm gonna really have to have conversations. I have never needed this, like, more than ever.
I'm so happy when it was the two of us.
I know.
I promise you, if you do keep me safe and I win next HOH, there's no chance I am winning you out.
Thank you. Okay.
And I will, next week's Final Four, so veto is what really matters, and if I win it, veto, like 100%, one of them has to go.
Yeah.
I have kept Heather safe a lot, and I have told her every week that I'm keeping her safe. And I have flipped a vote to save her, so I have faith that Heather will at least not target me. However, there's only 4 people left. Like Heather says, I'm gonna play my game and you play yours.
You're not my target this week. Okay?
Well,
that's all I can say at this moment.
I will.
So I just want to make a couple videos.
Yep.
Immediately after HOH, I think, what can I offer to Heather to ensure that even if for some reason it ties, because I know I won't get 2 votes out, but if it ties and she puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that I've been with everyone, what deal can I make with her to keep myself safe? The deal that I want to make with you is that if for some reason I end up on the block after the veto, the vote ties 1-1, you save me.
Yep.
Then in Final Four, since you can't be HOH, if you're one of the 2 nominees, I'm assuming also.
Okay.
If you're open to that.
I'm totally, completely, 100% open to it.
Perfect. So I tell her if I'm on the block post veto and the vote ties and she votes to keep me, in the next round she can't be the HOH. So if she sits on the block and I'm the POV holder, and I'm the HOH, I'll save her, but if I'm the POV holder, I will vote to evict the person she's against. Will I? Stay tuned. But self-preservation is key, adaptability is key, so I'm preserving and I'm adapting so I can get to the end.
Everybody who doubted you, who called them wrong, who told you the one not to mess with, like, I am so freaking.
Heather won. Heather won HOH, so immediately I got to work because that's why I've been keeping Heather around for a moment like this where she comes in power and I need to make sure I'm safe at a late point in the game.
So this is
What are you thinking?
my plan is I truly honestly want Lance gone.
Okay.
You're a very strong competitor.
Yeah.
And
If I win
need,
veto, I'm gonna do the same.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, so actually, give me your opinion on this. This is my thought right now is putting you and Lance up, knowing that you are very strong and I want you to win that veto.
I walked outside, she says, Jalen, I want Lance gone. I said, awesome, great, great, great. I don't want Lance gone. Lance is my friend too. I want Lance gone. Awesome. I think it's a great move, Heather. Yeah, I support you 100%. Oh my gosh, BFFs for life. And she's like, I'm gonna probably put you and Lance up. I was like, hold up, like, what? That's dumb. At this point, I wouldn't risk it.
Okay.
Because I think Jalen and Kyle are too close. I agree with you, Lance needs to go this round, but I don't want them to be safe and then to pull a fast one, me and you. And I feel like people are starting to realize we're a little closer than they expected.
Yeah.
And I said, get this. Heather, I think that Jamie and Kyle are a final 2 pair because they think that you and I are an iconic duo and we're gonna work together. You gotta like boost their ego a little bit. And so I was like, Jamie and Kyle are a pair. What happens if me and Lance are on the block and Jamie and Kyle are like, now's our chance to take Jalen out because next round Lance is going after Heather and Heather is going after Lance. And Jalen would be going after them too because they know I'm never gonna go against you. That would make great sense for them. And she's like, oh, you're right. She bought the bait. You're amazing. Right. You're amazing.
Thank you. Jamie, you have helped me through this entire thing mentally, so you will be my first one safe. Jalen, final 2, buddy. Final 2. Lance and Kyle, I'm sorry, it's nothing personal, but you got to go. Fight for your life. Welcome, everyone. This is the nomination ceremony. One of my duties as head of household is to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. I will begin by pulling the first key. That person is safe. The next person will pull the next key, and so on, but there's no so. So, the 2 house guests without their keys have been nominated for eviction. The first person who is safe, Jamie. Kyle, Lance, you are the ones that are nominated. It is nothing personal at this point. This is totally a game. I'm here to win, so I gotta play my best game. Play your best game. Take yourself off. You gotta take yourself off. I don't care at this point. Like, I care, but like, you know, I love you all. It's nothing personal. Play your best game. Live your best life.
I need to win this veto to save Lance, because if Jamie wins it, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen. I believe that Jamie believes that there's no way I'll ever evict him. And honestly, if I win this veto, save Lance and I might make a power move this round, and Jamie could be walking out of that door.
Jalen and Jamie know that each other are in between each other's game, and I'm hoping that they kind of continue to battle it out where I'll sit back and maybe slide through those positions, because that's pretty much what Heather has done. She has let other people battle it out and has scaved by and made it to this point of the game.
Thank you.
For this power of veto competition, you will be dipping a toe into one of the more unique parts of the internet, the deep fried meme. Everyone's memory wall pictures have been turned into emojis and then deep fried. Organize the emojis on the board in front of you according to the house's memory wall arrangement. You can buzz in with your final answer at any point, but after 3 minutes you will be timed out and answers will be locked. The player with the most correct answers will win. Get ready to play deep fried emojis.
Get ready to play deep fried emoji.
Get ready to play deep fried emojis.
Get ready to play deep fried emojis.
Get ready to play deep fried emoji. All right, 3, 2, 1, begin.
God.
House guys, 2 of you had a perfect score. The 2 people who got every question right, every placement right, were Jamie and Jalen. And Jamie and Jalen, your times were Jamie, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Jalen, your time was 54:59. So you have won the Golden Power of Veto.
And he said 2 people got a perfect score, Jalen, Jamie, and then he said Jalen won the power of veto, and I'm like, holy crap, because this guarantees me Final Four, this guarantees Lance's safety, and now this is the time to make a big move. I am going back and forth whether I want to get Jamie out or not, because it's a thing. Like, I feel like Jamie wants to take me to the end, but I need to. If I use the veto to save Lance, Jamie's gonna be pissed, and I don't want him pissed at me in this game. So it's either save Lance or save Jamie. I thought I would have to make this decision at Final 3, but I guess I have to make it at Final 5 because Lance, like I said from day 1, he's been my ride or die this game. If I use veto,
she's gonna be mad. Okay, it's fine. I just think it's not a chance that they doing something crazy with me.
That's how you got.
You're right. Yes, I will. I'm gonna hit the promise. Like, I just don't want to chance it with me. You know.
We're so close to the end, and this is where the winners of the seasons get cut at 4 and 3, and that's what's terrifying me. Is it too early to cut Jamie? Should we cut Kyle? Is it too early to do this?
So after the veto, Jamie does what he always does, comes up to me and tells me everything. I'm doing this all for you, Kyle, but this is your week, you're going home. And at first, I was a little sad. Usually what he tells me is what is going to happen because he seems to have a lot of information. So what am I gonna do? Sit there and somber and sit on the couch, wait for eviction? No, I go out to the front door. The 2 people talking are the 2 most important people this ceremony, the veto holder and the HOH.
Is there anything I can say to stay? Huh? Is there anything
What happening?
Jamie just told me in the kitchen that I'm leaving.
Don't. Just go back in the house. Hey, look at me. Please, trust me.
And I go out there, I am sad, so I look sad, and I say, is there anything I can do to stay? And they look a little bit like confused. Jalen promises me that I'm safe. He said that before Jamie told me I'm going home, but Jalen said, like, you're good. And then Heather also said I'm good. So I go back in the house because, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, they didn't want to talk to me really at that moment. So I go back in, Heather goes for water, and I follow her. I look sad again. I'm a little bit less sad this time, but she tells me her target is Jamie. I'm like, finally someone is gonna nominate Jamie. And if Jamie is blindsided and goes up on the block, there's no chance they're gonna leave him in the house and be pissed.
Alright, this is the veto meeting. Kyle and Lance have been nominated for eviction, but I want the power veto on one of those nominations. At this time, both nominees may tell me why I should use the power veto on them. Kyle, speak first.
Well, you should use the power on me because I'm injured because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to dive.
Oh.
I'm fine, guys. I love it. So thank you.
Lance.
Alright, just like I mentioned outside, this is fairly new. I wasn't going without fighting. Of course I will. I asked you to use the veto on me. I hope my reasons was valid, and hopefully that was enough to get me out of this seat.
It's Final 5, and this is, every time you have to make a decision, it gets a lot tougher, especially when you grow to love each and every person at this table. And I feel like everyone has to make decisions that are best for them. And for me, I've chosen to use power veto on Lance. Heather, because I feel one of your nominations,
to control my anger because I'm pissed at Jalen, and I'm gonna be nasty in my speech, and I feel confident in Lance saving me, and I know that Heather will. So this will make backstabbing Jalen wonderful. I can't wait till I get the opportunity to stand before him and say, we're all doing what's best for our own game, because the decisions at this point are so hard. You reap what you sow.
It's week 10 in the Big Brother house, and the thunderclap has stunned the house guests. Heather, fresh off the block for a 5th time, won the head of household. Jalen won the power of veto and used it on Lance, leaving Kyle and first-time nominee Jamie on the block for eviction. The Sharks have been circling all season, and now it may be time to bounce, because this is Big Brother! Heather, real quickly, how was your first head of household?
Very, very stressful.
Yes.
Lots of possibilities, lots of up and down. Like it's down to the deep, and it's deep. That's all I got. It's deep. Yeah.
Lance, you came off the block after being nominated for the first time. How does it feel to know that you'll be in the final 4?
It's amazing. Like, it's something I worked so hard for, and I feel like coming into this, you have some goals set in mind, and making it to Sunday was one, and final 4 is an iconic spot. So no matter what, I know I'm proud of myself.
All right, we do have to evict someone today. We have Kyle and Jamie on the block. In just a moment, 2 of you will go up to the diary room to cast your votes to evict. But before that happens, you have one last chance, gentlemen, to plead your case to the house. We'll start with Kyle.
Alright, well, I know you guys know what you're gonna do, so I guess just do what you're gonna do. And I hope that's keeping you safe, but the votes will count.
You did it. Thank you. Jamie.
Alright, first and foremost, Kyle, it was fantastic getting to know you. You're a wonderful person. I just want to say there are some people in this room, and some of us are men and women of their word, and some of us are not, and some of us are snakes and only care about ourselves. And I'm looking directly at you because you're the only one that I'm talking about. As far as with you, Heather, I have been absolutely nothing but genuine in everything that I have said, done, played, told you. I've told you truth. I've told you things that he has kept from you, and I hope that you remember that, because I would love to help you make it further in this game, and I feel like I'm one of the best people to help get him out. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Well, with that said, we have 2 votes to evict. Let's start with Jalen. We'll go out to the diary room. Cast your votes.
Hello.
Hey, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict between Jamie and Kyle.
I happily vote to evict Jamie.
Thank you. Hey, Lance.
Hey, Julie.
Cast your vote to evict between Jamie and Kyle.
I hope I'm definitely not making the wrong decision. I vote to evict Kyle.
Thank you.
House guests, the votes have been cast. Just as a quick reminder, before I announce the votes to our nominees, you have 1 minute to collect your belongings, say your goodbyes, and walk out the front door. And with that, we currently have a vote of 1 to 1. It is a tie. Heather, at this time, I need you to stand and cast the deciding vote to evict between Kyle and Jamie.
I have come into this house to win. I've said it from the beginning. All 5 times I've been on the block. I'm here to play my game. You're here to play your game. I'm sorry, Jamie.
It's official.
Jamie, congratulations on making jury. Final 5?
Yes, 5th place. It's admirable.
Definitely. What happened that you are heading to jury right now?
Jalen happened. I applied for this game with Jalen. We had an alliance name. I told him everything. I was going to keep him over everyone, and that bit me. And I wouldn't change anything about the way that I played. I was forced into difficult spots in this game, and I'm proud of the way that I played. I'm proud of, you know, how I adapted as a player. And yeah, it was a fucking great experience.
Excellent.
Should have, you know, tried to get Jalen out, but some of us are loyal people, so I would rather take a 5th place knowing that I kept my word and that I was an honorable human being than to be a scumbag of the earth for $500.
A lot of the previously evicted house guests said that they were thinking that you were running the house. Do you feel like you were running the house?
It definitely was. Even not winning heads of households, I was in good with everybody.
Do you know how many alliances you had in total or agreements?
That's the thing. Perhaps to outside viewers or people in the game, it looked like I was probably Mr. Snaky Snake and aligned with everybody, but I made sure to carefully tiptoe in the words that I said. While I may have provided helpful information or let people in on knowing what was going on with the round or just maintain solid communication with people, I had very few solid deals. I didn't ask anyone for final 2s. Me and Lance kind of had this unspoken final 2, but I would have cut him for Jalen because Jalen was my only final 2. So I did my absolute best to be social and helpful so that in certain positions I would get helped. Frankly, I'm most surprised at Heather. I bonded with her on so many different levels. She has no chance of winning. I bonded her on several different levels from the very beginning. I kept her in the loop about everything. I showed her the inconsistencies in what Jalen had to say to her, and even going into this round, I knew that she would potentially get to be the deciding vote, so I worked extra hard in this round, and I thought I ensured it because she lied to my face the whole time, which is, again, not something that I respect, because Kyle was most loyal to me, and I told him flat out that I had to evict him for Lance. And so to be lied to by people that you're honest with is probably where my bitterness stems from, because I was always as honest as I could possibly be.
Well, we're pulling up to the jury house now. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to say?
Thank you for asking me to play. That was super fun. I can't wait to de-stress a little bit. I can't wait to smoke a fat blunt. Take some shots. I'm not looking forward to entering this jury house, but here we are.
Thank you very much.